Okay, everybody, welcome back to the DGS2605 channel. We're back with our MLB Power Pros 2008 season mode, repeat season mode with your undefeated world champion, Toronto Blue Jays. So last time out, we unfortunately let the Rays get to a double-digit score, but we ended up doubling their score, winning the game 20-10. I do not want to talk about Eric Gagne right now. We don't have to because we have a 3-game homestand against these here Boston Red Sox before we hit the road and go play the Twins. So, on the mound, it will not be Danks, it's going to be Jeremy Guthrie. Apparently not in the best of condition, mid-4 ERA. Still plenty of time to lower that, still plenty of time to keep pitching complete games, keep doing what we do best. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Red Sox here. Saunders on the mound, feeling the complete opposite of Guthrie. Their lineup, Polanco's looking motivated. Our guys, Durham and Berkman look good. Other guys are pretty negligible. Let's go ahead and get into the game now. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. We're going to play some baseball. Play it here, play it now. Let's take a look around the league. See, the Rays look like they walked it off against Baltimore. That's got to be exciting, especially after they just got mollywopped by us for 3 games straight. So heading into the game here, the Boston Red Sox, we have the dome open at Skydome. Very nice. We absolutely killed them. I believe it was the last game, or at least in the last series. So Jamie Carroll will be on the mound to lead off. Winds heading a factor of 2 directly north. Let's get this game started. Let's see how we do on our home turf against the Red Sox. Strike one off the fastball from Jeremy Guthrie. Swinging at a curve. The 0-2 now. Got away from him. That's put in play. That's not the greatest of omen, but we got the out regardless. 1 away. Here's J.D. Drew batting under the Mendoza line at 193. 4 homers, 14 RBIs. Generous call. That should have been a ball. 0-1. That's hit just foul. Here's the 0-2 now. And he pulls it. He fouls it off again. Here's the 0-2, hanging tough. Puts it in play. Durham to Berkman. 2 away. Here's David Wright, 370 average, only less than 20 RBIs. That one got away from Guthrie. 1-0. Just inside, 2-0. Didn't get 2 calls in a row that there. We have this here. Slider in the zone, strike 1. That 3.7 average is something, man. Missed the curve just ever so slightly. Here's the 2-2. That one went too low. It's a payoff pitch to David Wright. 2 outs, nobody on. He pulled it at Lowell, over to first. Excellent, 3 up and 3 down. Top of the first for Jeremy Guthrie. Heading to the bottom of the first now. Rich Aurelia is leading off. Let's take a look around here. Saunders, ERA of 4. He has a better ERA than Guthrie. He's a southpaw. Strike 1 just inside of Rich Aurelia. You know what? We got a call like that. We'll call it even. 0-1. Okay, 2 in a row is a little excessive. Off the first batter, 2. 0-2 to Rich Aurelia now. Way inside there. 1-2. 3 straight fastballs for Saunders. Change up too far inside. 2-2. Fouled that one off. That probably would have been a looking strikeout had he not swung. Count remains 2-2. Let it go by. Just missed the zone. It's going to be a payoff pitch to Rich Aurelia. Pitch number... what is that, 7 of the at-bat? Over the head of the first baseman. What a hit. That probably should have been an out, but we'll take the leadoff single for Rich Aurelia. First base hit of the game. Here's Ray Durham. Strike 1 on a low fastball. Slider inside by the feet. 1-1. High inside fastball. Right around 90 miles per hour. 2-1. Keeping an eye over on first base. We know we're not sending him. Curve dropped out of the zone. It's going to be 3-1, just in case. Slider across the heart of the plate. We're not swinging on that. 2 payoff pitches in a row. Ray Durham now. He's going to hit it to the center right gap. That's going to be, hopefully, extra bases. We don't have Ichiro in center field anymore. That's going to put both runners in scoring position. And here comes Lance Berkman. Let's check the replay first. That ball was brilliantly placed right there. And a payoff pitch to not go to waste. So not only do we get 2 base hits, we got him already into the teens without any outs. Berkman, the first pitch he sees. The wind is going this way, a factor of 2. We're sending them. And they're going to run it out. A sac fly for Lance Berkman brings home the run. 1-0 Jays. Here's AR-15 in the same spot. We'll see what we can do here. Strike one on the slider, nothing in one. And a left-hander against this part of the lineup is just brutal. Rios pushes it, pushed it foul. Had a good swing on that, nothing in two. And he's able to smoke that one. That one's going, that one's going. It is gone. Forget the sac fly. AR-15 has made it 3-0. Lucky number, home run number 13 on the season. Exactly 400 feet. 2 RBIs for him as he crosses the plate. That quality start is already in jeopardy. Only 1 out for Saunders so far. And he already smoked that one. That went foul in. He made him pay right there. No doubt about that one. Oh, speak of the devil. Here's Braun, and because it's Braun, we'll let him power swing. Strike one on the changeup. Nothing in one. So we went from 2 payoff pitches to our first 2 batters to swinging at everything we see. Foul. Wins the same. Count remains 0-2. Fastball low. Didn't swing. 1-2 now. That's going to be inside. Count is even. 2-2 off that changeup. And Braun pushes that one. That's going to be going foul. Essentially another payoff pitch. Oh, just got him looking. That was a good pitch. Can't even get angry at that. Here's Lowell. Check his pitch. Let this one go by. He'll be at 25 after the first inning. Slider too low, 1-0. Fastball in the zone, 1-1. Curve in the dirt, 2-1. I feel like he's due for something here. Lowell smacks that hard over to Velez at short, to first. That's the end of the inning. So we made excellent work to get those 3 runs. Really drove up that pitch count after the first inning. Top of the second coming up. 4-5-6 per the Red Sox lineup. Here's Konerko. And he could have maybe prevented that run from happening in the first place had he not dove instead of jumping for that really a hit. Anyways, Grandy catches that off 1 pitch, 1 away. Placido Polanco seems to be in the best condition among the Red Sox today. Strike one off the fastball. Just a little low for that changeup, 1-1. He hits off the skinny part of the bat, just past Aurelia's glove. There's their first base hit of the game. Runner on first, 1 away. Here's Snyder, 292, 213. Respectable numbers for a catcher. Berkman, will it be a double play? Just safe at second. Got the easy out. Advances the runner. Here's Murphy. Wins directly east now, still a factor of 2. I wanted that curve a lot lower. Got him looking. That was a generous call. We'll take it. Okay, so Guthrie only 1 base hit allowed there. They're 0 for 1. We're 3 for 3. Bottom of the second coming up, and it's the bottom 3 batters in our lineup. Luke Scott in the 7th spot leading off. 441, 12 homers. What is that, 28 RBIs? Yeah, 50-50 call went our way. 1-0. You know, I mean, we're in our home stadium. Of course, the umpire's going to like us. Change up inside, 2-0. Slider found its way in the zone, 2-1. Change up just missed the top left corner, 3-1. We're taking this. Fastball across the heart of the plate. Another payoff pitch, this time to Luke Scott, leading off the bottom of the second. Hits that hard, past the glove of the third baseman. That's another, you know, arguably maybe could have been an out. Instead, it's a base hit for us. Here's Loduca, 426, no homers, only 4 RBIs. Strike one off the curve. Missed that slider wildly, nothing in 2. They're keeping an eye over on Luke Scott. They're still keeping an eye on Luke Scott. Just missed the zone with that high fastball. Good take by Loduca, 1-2. Can't take that one, but he hits it over to left field. Past the center fielder. And we're going to be in a similar situation to the bottom of the first. Runners on second and third. No outs. But here's Grandy, a left-hander, though. 1 RBI short of 50. Slider misses, 1-0. Hits that to center field. Why not send him? Are they going with it? They're going to third. I don't care. The run will score. It took 2 outs, but we made it 4-0. Here's Rich Aurelia now. Slider a little low, so there went the quality start right there. 1-0. That's Granderson's 50th RBI on the season. 1-1 now. Fastball in the lower left corner. 1-2. Read that changeup well. That's smacked to center field. Aurelia is 2 for 2 on the day. That's going to bring up Ray Durham. 1 for 1 with a double. He's almost at 50 pitches. I got a hunch. Durham smacks that. It will be going foul, but he gave that a good ride. Stayed fair. Could have been an extra base hit again. Fastball in the dirt. 1-1. Change up inside. 2-1. And he smacks that fastball. That's going to right field. Caught at the warning track by J.D. Drew. That'll end the inning. So we finished that 4 for 6, but we got a run out of it. They remain 0 for 1. Top of the third. 8-9-1 part of the Boston lineup. Here's Velez. Showed some good defense earlier in the first inning. Strike 1 on the slider. 0-1. Swung through that fastball. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. Here's Great Carroll. Strike 1. That fastball is catching too much of that middle part of the strike zone for my liking. A bouncer over to short. Aurelia takes a stride. 2 away. Lickety split. Here's Jamie Carroll now. Second trip through the lineup. Ball 1. Call. That's fair. 1-0. Beautiful fastball there. Here's the 1-1. He pulls that. That's a bouncer. Lowell over to first. That's the end of the top of the third. 3 up and 3 down. The Red Sox win again. Bottom of the third coming up. Heart of the Jays lineup against a pitcher that's bound to be tired sooner rather than later. Here's Berkman. He is not batting practice yet. Strike 1. Are you kidding me? That was a strike. Okay, whatever. 0-1. Berkman doesn't care. He lines that. Caught by Konerko. He made up for that hit he allowed earlier to Rich Aurelia. That was hit hot off the bat, but a hotter hand over at first base. Here's Rios. 1 for 1. 37 RBIs now on the season for him. Hits that hard. First pitch to Polanco. 2 away. Okay, let's take a little patience here, right? Braun went down looking his first time up. Even though the wind's in his favor, we want this pitcher tired. 1-0. That one, 50-50 call went our way. 2-0. This hitter-friendly count, we're waiting on something. Strike 1 on the curve. He didn't get the greatest swing on that. With the wind, it's very likely to be a flyout. Yep, Murphy's there. That'll end the inning. So the heart of the lineup went 3 up and 3 down. Top of the fourth coming up. 2-3-4, excuse me. Part of the Boston lineup. Guthrie's ERA is now well under 4. Strike 1 on the fastball. Strike 2 on the curve. Here's the 0-2 now. That's pushed over to third. Lowell, nice running dive. Well, not a dive, but a running play. 1 away. David Wright. Strike 1. Now you gotta wonder if they're higher average guys, just simply don't have the RBIs, just because their guys can't get on. Hit to Lowell again, thrown to first. 2 away now. Here's Konerko. Strike 1 on the slider. 0-1. Pop that one high. It's going well foul. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. Excellent so far from Jeremy Guthrie. That's going to bring us to the bottom of the fourth now. 6-7. 8 part of the Jays lineup. Mike Lowell will be leading off. 0 for 1 with the grounder. Now let's start letting him throw some more pitches here. Fastball in the dirt. 1-0. Curve caught the zone there. 1-1. Change up in the dirt. 2-1. Fastball in the zone. 2-2. Fastball too far inside. It's going to be a payoff pitch to Mike Lowell. Yet another leadoff payoff pitch. Lowell reads that one well, but right to the shortstop Velez. Over to first. 1 away. So a payoff pitch finally went against us on the swing. Here's Luke Scott. 1 for 1 with a single. Curve in the zone. Strike 1. Fastball low in the zone, caught enough of it. Nothing in 2. And Scott lines that right at the pitcher, just missed him. It'll be his second base hit of the day, 2 for 2. And here's Paulo Duca, 1 for 1 with a double. Could this be it? Strike 1 perfectly on the lower left corner, nothing in 1. Fastball just inside, 1 and 1. Change up in the dirt, 2 and 1. Loduca went with that pitch. I normally wouldn't swing at that. It's going to be a base hit, just barely. Even with the win, it fell. Back-to-back hits for the Jays. Here's Grandy. Runners on first and second, 1 away. Strike 1, change up. Let's take a timeout. He's almost at 70 pitches. He hasn't thrown 1 mistake. Change up in the dirt, 1 and 1. Just missed the zone with that, 2 and 1. That's going to be hit to center field. The bases will be loaded. We're not sending anybody with 1 out to spare. Rich Aurelia. Take a timeout. It's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Saunders has pitched into deep in accounts against him. Change up ball 1. They're waiting for a grounder. Aurelia pulls that. Send him. Is it going? Is it going? It made it. Grand slam, Rich Aurelia. Incredible. 8-0 Jays. And he has been hitting the ball when it counts. He is 3 for 3. He's looking for a cycle. That's what we like to see. We were ahead on that. It wasn't the greatest swing we've ever seen, but it was enough. Grand slam. They're going to take Saunders out of there. Pitched 3 in the third, allowed 8 runs. Velasco's going to be coming in. So since the Red Sox had a break from us, it's going to be interesting to see their pitching now. Two-seamer missed, 1-0. Is batting practice, but we're going to play the way we want. As we say that, Durham grounds out, 2 away. Here's Berkman, 0 for 1, has a sac fly, so he has an RBI in the game. He has 48 on the season now. Hit that first pitch he sees, absolute laser, but it's foul. 0-1. Another two-seamer hits that one just foul. That maybe could have gone for a base hit. Here's the 0-2. Read that curve well. Over to Polanco. That's the end of the inning. But Rich Aurelia came through when we needed it. We're now 8 for 10 on the game. They remain 0 for 1. Top of the 5th. Placido Polanco, the 5 batter, leading off. 1 for 1 so far. Strike 1 on the changeup. Pretty good location with that. Guthrie, oh, throw it to home. Nice. A little tic-tac-toe ashing there. Here's Snyder now, 0 for 1 with the grounder. Strike 1 on the fastball. Hits that over. Berkman makes the running play. Steps on the bag, 2 away. Here's Murphy. Went down looking, and we were lucky he did. Wasn't the greatest call in the world, but if it suits us, we don't care, right? That one, Rich Aurelia just passed him. That's going to be their second hit of the game. And you know what? That'll make up for that kind of bogus-looking strikeout. Here's Velez. Swings at the high fastball. That might have been a mistake. That's going to go to center field. Runners on first and second now. Here's Great Carroll. Just missed the corner with that slider, 1-0. Just missed inside with that fastball, 2-0. Strike 1. Hits that. That's past everybody. That someone should have had that. And there goes the shutout. There's 3 straight hits. It's 8-1 now. Jamie Carroll. Let's take a look. The ERA is still under 4. Let's keep it. Mistake. We got lucky there. Grounded to Berkman. Stepped on the bag. On 3 hits, they got the 1 run. They're 1 for 4. We're 8 for 10. Bottom of the 5th. 4, 5, 6. Part of the Jays lineup. There's Rios. 1 for 2 with a home run. So Nolasco still has an ERA in the double digits. Rios, first pitch he sees, swung to Velez, over to first, 1 away. Here's Braun, still without a hit in the game. Oh, fouled that one back, got just under that curve. 0-1, it was in the strike zone anyway. Curve in the dirt, 1-1. With that changeup, that's lined down the first baseline. Foul. Barely. Here's the 1-2. Fouls that one off again. That's 3 foul balls by Ryan Braun at this at-bat. Let it go. Looking strikeout. That's the second time today. What can you do? Here's Lowell, 0 for 2. Strike one on the changeup, 0-1. Grounds that's going to Velez, 0 for first. That'll end the inning. So the Jays once again go 3 up and 3 down. Top of the 6th coming up, 2-3-4 part of the Red Sox lineup. Let's see what Guthrie can do here. JD Drew, 2 ground outs. Strike one on the fastball, 0-1. That one, Berkman, just above his glove. There goes another close base hit. It's a leadoff single for the Red Sox. Here's David Wright. That one is the weirdest hit ball I think we've seen all time. That's just foul. Here's the 0-1. Got him reaching at that curve. Here's the 0-2. Fouls off the fastball. Pulled that slider, pulled it well, but right at Luke Scott. One away. Runner remains at first. Here's Konerko. It's that up the middle, off Guthrie's glove. Aurelia to second, over to first. It's going to be close. He's going to be safe. So we got, I believe, the quicker of the 2 runners out. There's Placido Polanco. He's gearing up for a big hit. That was a completely bogus strike call, I'll admit it. Quick 0-2 here. That one's hit to center field. It is shallow, though. I don't think Grandy's going to get there in time. No, he won't. Runners are going to be at the corners. 2 away. Here's Snyder. Missed that fastball just by a hair. 0-1. Got away from him. 0-2. We need a good pitch here. That's hit to center field. But Granderson is there. That'll end the inning. So Guthrie gets out of the top of the 6th unscathed. Quality start is in the books. They're 1 for 6. We're 8 for 10. Last 3 batters in the lineup. Here's Scott, 2 for 2. First pitch is a high curve. Strike 1. Pulled that curve, pulled it inside. Not past Konerko. Stepped on the bag. 1 away. So Scott's perfect day is over. Here's Loduca looking for a cycle. Let's give him something here. Hits that first pitch. Hit it to center. It will stay in the park. That's going to be his 3rd hit of the game. 3 for 3 is Paul Loduca. Here's Grandy, 1 for 1. A sac fly and a single today. Ooh, that was a blazing 2-seamer. Just fouled back. 0-1. Pulled that inside to the first baseman, Konerko. Added second. Over to first. Just got him by a step. Konerko, that was some heads-up defense there. Got to give it to him. Added second. Over to first. Grandy. Step and a half-ish. Oh, well. Hit went for nothing. We're 8 for 11. They're 1 for 6. Top of the 7th. The last 3 batters in their lineup. Guthrie does well here. Hopefully it's the last time he has to go around the lineup again. That pitch got away from him. 1-0. Strike 1 on the slider. Got away from him again. 1-2 now. Got away from him again. That should not have been a strikeout. Here's Velez. Does he have nothing on it? There's a breaking pitch he managed to get across. 0-1. That one is grounded. Durham at second. Over to first base. 2 away. Here's Carroll. Strike 1 on the lower left. 0-1. Let the curve go. Here's the 1-2. Hits it off the head of the bat to the shortstop Aurelia. Over to first. Okay, a little scary first at bat, but we got through it. We're at the 7th inning stretch. Let's go ahead and have ourselves some good luck water. I finished off the energy drinks because I have a day off from everything, so I'm up at a bad hour. I'm up at a bad hour. What can I do? But looking at this game here, outside of the first and the second, first and the fourth, we haven't really done much. Originally, with that grand slam, really came through for us to put this game more out of reach. And speaking of which, he's leading off, and he's got to remember that it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. at the Sky Dome, home of your undefeated world champion, Toronto Blue Jays. Here's Rich Aurelia, 3 for 3. A total of 6 bases for him today. 50-50 call went Nolasco's way. 0-1. Aurelia hits that. Will that get past the short second baseman? Yes, it will. That's all the way to the back. Murphy could not catch up to it, and Aurelia is a triple away from the cycle. 4 for 4 is our man. Wins directly north, factor 2. Here's our man Durham now. Strike 1 on the high changeup. 0-1. Missed that 2-seamer. 0-2. Got him looking. That was 50-50 call went his way. Went down on 3 pitches. Here's Berkman. Just missed that changeup. 0-1. Hits that to the shortstop. Will Aurelia get there in time? Yes, he will. So a line out to short. Here's AR-15. Let's take a little patience here. Strike 1 on the 4-seamer. 0-1. It's the 2-seamer. 0-2. This is not good for him. But he pushes that at Konerko. Makes another excellent jump. That's the end of the inning. So a hit goes nowhere. We're 8 for 12. They're 1 for 6. Top of the 8th. Jamie Carroll leading off. He is 0 for 3. We got to start thinking about when is the time to pull Guthrie. I think we allow him 1 more run. That'll be it. That's line to Durham. 1 away. Here's J.D. Drew. Still batting under the Mendoza line. 1 for 3 so far. Strike 1 on the 4-seamer. 0-1. Hits that curve hard. That's going to go for an extra base. Scott's the man to relay it. So a 1-out double. And this is Murderer's Row. Last batter I think he faces here. Oh, David Wright. Aurelia. Didn't get him at second, but over to first. Got the out there. So this is a rough duo. Konerko and Polanco. But that's going to center. Caught by Granderson. Guthrie is through 8, only allowing 1 run. They're 1 for 7. We're 8 for 12. Heading to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be the last time hitting for us, most likely. Here's Braun. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Strike 1 on the curve. 0-1. Hit that curve inside. Pushed it off the glove of Polanco. That'll be a base hit for Ryan Braun. Finally in the game. Man on first. Nobody away. Here's Lowell. Nolasco is finally tired. Lowell just missed that 2-seamer. 0-1. That 2-seamer, that bit of movement sneaks up on you. That's a 2-seamer in the dirt. 1-1. Oh, swung through that mistake. We finally saw a mistake. 6 miles per hour. Very funny. Count is 1-2. He's keeping an eye over on Braun. Hey, son, something's going to happen here. A curve in the dirt. 2-2. Got inside. Just missed Lowell. Payoff pitch. Lowell pulled that. That isn't good. Third, over to second, over to first. Double play, and that is not when we needed it. That was a tough at-bat. Sometimes it's like baseball. Sometimes in life you're the bat, sometimes you're the ball. That time we were the ball, despite the fact that we hit it. Here's Scott. Scott, you can make something happen here against a tired pitcher. Righty-lefty matchup. This is what we want. Strike 1 on the curve. 0-1. Scott got under that. He pulled it right to J.D. Drew over in right field. That'll end the inning. So we're going to end 8 for 13, looks like. Top of the 9th. 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup. I think we just take Guthrie out now. I think we take him out. He's done well. Do we put him in? Why not? None of the air rays are going to count against Guthrie. Let's just see what Gagne can do with a 6-run cushion here. We can win this game 8-7. Fastball pulled. 0-1. Missed that changeup. Here's the 0-2. He puts that to center field. That's going to be an awkward... Grandy with a nice running catch. 1 away. Here's Snyder. 0 for 3 in the game. Ball 1 just missed. 1-0. Curve in the strike zone. 1-1. Ooh, very perfect fastball there. He pulls that. Scott Run and catch, 2 away. Murphy, 1 for 2. No, 1 for 3, excuse me. 2 strikeouts in the game. 1 swinging, 1 looking. Will this decide it? Got him swinging. That's how you close out a game, and that's the ball game. Your final score, Toronto Blue Jays 8, Boston Red Sox 1. That game felt like it went by pretty quick. Excellent pitching from Guthrie and Gagne, surprisingly. So, Rich Aurelia is, I think, the player of the game with that grand slam. He was, what, 4 for 4? Triple short of the cycle. That's what we want to see. This was the initial sac fly. Wasn't the deepest, so it was a pretty gutsy move. But we take those, right? Bottom of the first, air 15. We won the game in the first inning yet again. And all things considered, like, we weren't the greatest at hitting today. We just really showed up when it mattered. Right here, Rich Aurelia, man. Funny, I put him in the leadoff spot, you know, all that time ago, just because, okay, he won't get into a double play, guaranteed one time in the game. Player of the game is Guthrie. I can't be angry at that. And Gagne went 1, 2, and 3. I didn't even realize that. So we only scored in 3 of the innings, but we scored 8 runs. So that's what we like to see, right? Shame we couldn't get to double digits, but what matters is the win. Now that the game's over, let's take a look at the stats. Guthrie 4-0 on the season now. Saunders 1-2. 8 runs allowed. And then Nolasco, hey, he pitched really well. 3 hits over 4 innings of work. Maybe if we were a little more patient, could have had some extra, but whatever, right? 2 home runs for the Jays. Aurelia with his 5th. Rios with lucky number 13. Take a look at her stats. Aurelia 4 for 4. So 2 singles, a double, and a home run. That's 8 bases for him today. 4 RBIs. Twice he came across the plate. Berkman an RBI. Rios with 2. Grandy an RBI. Yeah, quiet day from Lowell. I mean, even Berkman then, sure, he got the sac fly, so he contributed. He's batting .500 right now on the season. 118 home runs for us. Guthrie, 7 pitches. 4 strikeouts, 7 hits, the 1 earned run, 3.58 ERA. Excellent outing. And Gagne, he really shaped up this time. Got to give it to him. Only 10 pitches it took him. 2 fly ball outs that maybe could have gone for base hits in different conditions, but the strikeout sealed the deal. ERA went down by 2 whole runs there. 87 pitches, Sidney Crosby. There we go. Home runs, yeah, either way. A lot of ground balls to short. But that's going to do it for this game. We'll take a look around the league now. Let's look at our points. 4-7-1. Oh, we were the last game. We were the main event. So, starting from the top, we knew the Rays walked it off. Thriller over there in St. Louis. Balatro scored 10-4 in Cincy. Shut out the Braves. Padres shut out the Rockies. Working 9-5 over in Washington. Mets won. Awesome. Maybe Cleveland walked off Detroit. Yankees were shut out. That's what I like to see the most. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be it for this video. That kind of flew by, to be perfectly honest. At least it felt like that. So next time out, it's going to be Scotty Olsen against the Red Sox. I think, yeah, that's got to be the team he had his 7 perfect innings against, right? Let's see if he can maybe somehow one-up that there. We'll have to see. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see Scotty Olsen against the Red Sox in the next game.